Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba here on the morning of Monday, April 19th, 2021. Stand by for commentary. Well, I got a commentary today on the possible solutions to Ceberus here in the USA for Mr. Biden, because he's got Ceberus Biden all over the place. For Ceberus' first head, the border. Well, you got Vice President Kamala, he's a segregationist, Harris being in charge. My suggestion to her to ease the border would be, number one, a 6 to 9 months closure of the borders for all newcomers. If you already have an existing visa, you can go in and out of the border. But for 6 to 9 months, close the border. Then, every illegal alien in the United States, you should, by all means necessary, through paper, internet, newspapers, television, notify them that they have 90 days to register with their local ICE office that will give them a ID number, and they have to notify their address and who they're staying with, and if they're working, who their employer is. And this ID number will stop any further mitigation or litigation on their case until the case is adjudicated. Therefore, there will be no arrest for them as long as every 6 months they notify ICE what their progress has been in the 6 months. And they should be getting a notification from the government on their adjudication procedure. Okay? Some are going to be lucky to stay, others are going to be thrown out. That is the way the law works. And for the employers, there'll be no retributions for them as long as they have the employee at the U.S. mandatory citizen wage. And you should be deducting through the 941 form a percentage, which will be determined by Congress, of money being deducted for being an illegal alien. So funds for hospitalization and other things that are required if you're working here. And if you commit a crime, it nullifies this issue and you immediately get deported to your home country. If you're a student here, you must have an advisor, you must have a sponsor who's responsible for you. If not, you get put into a special place for minors that will guarantee that you have a successful integration to society until your case is adjudicated here in the United States. This is just a cursory review of the number one Ceberus head. There's a lot more to do on this, Vice President Harris, if you ever decide to get yourself involved in it. For the second head, the head of the shootings. And no, President Biden, it's not a national embarrassment. You have to get this done, and there's two ways of doing this. Number one, you have to get together with the group from each state, and each county and city has to get together and decide, we have issues here, pigmentation issues and faction issues. How do we get rid of them? How do we get rid of the pigmentation issues? It's going to be hard because you're going to have to get rid of your pigmentation issues. That means no more African Americans, no more whites, no more Latins. You are American citizens and American resident aliens. Therefore, you must abide by that. And you have to set up a framework for this. Are you willing to do this? I doubt it. So I guess the answer to that is still, it's a national embarrassment. And the third head of Ceberus, the virus. Now you have companies telling people, oh, you gotta have a booster because we need the money. Yeah. You haven't mitigated this virus at all. You're putting together a $2 trillion infrastructure bill that the Republicans are going to be rah, 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 rah. And some of the Democrats are going to be rah, 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 rah. Now, can I suggest in that bill, you're saying infrastructure, okay? People are infrastructure. That's your main infrastructure of your society. So you need to repair the infrastructure as the people. So may I suggest that you take $300 billion of whatever you got out there out and put $300 billion for this. And I know Senator Manchin, you can find $300 billion in that bill that does not really belong there and take them out. So to you, I'm speaking directly because you control the power here, Senator Manchin. My suggestion is you put $300 billion in there, $100 billion to mitigate the virus. And I told you numerous times how to mitigate this virus, and it takes at least $100 billion to do it. $100 billion to put into Medicare because you're going to have people that are going to be serious, especially over 60, with issues from COVID-19 that are going to need a lot of medical help. And the third $100 billion to go for communities to set up help for the COVID-19 under 60 for them. And you have to get together with the insurance companies to set up something to help them, because they won't cover this. It's expensive. That's just a cursory thing on the second head of Ceberus. The third head, the shootings. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, the third head would have been the shootings, yes. Okay, the second head was the virus. The third head, the shootings. How do we do this? Well, first of all, you're going to have to talk to the individual police, law enforcement agencies of the states, i.e. their FBI versions. Like in Georgia, it's the GBI, TBI in Tennessee, and some other states have other names for them. And we have to, number one, go into the police academies and teach the new recruits that you are there for policing. You're not there for killing. And teach the police officers you got on the street that you're there to disable suspects, not to kill them. If you draw your weapon, you draw it to disable. Unless, and you have to really make this inference to them, you only shoot to kill if you think your life is in danger. And that is a very big if, okay? Shoot to disable at all costs. There's going to be police officers still going to die on this, yes. But there's going to be less police officers dying, and less suspects dying, and less police officers going to jail. Do you understand what I mean? You have to send it, and then you have to submit a policing reform commission to establish policing with your cities like Atlanta or, say, Marietta, Georgia here, have to go to the different communities, and the people in the communities have to understand that they are citizens of this country or residents of this country, legal residents, and must abide by the laws of this country. You cannot have an enclave. Therefore, if you got illegal activity in your thing, oh, I'm a snitch. Well, you got to stop that. Even if your sister, brother, mother, father, whatever it is, you still got to report him into the police. You got to stop this. Otherwise, your society is heading down the road here that's nowhere to return to, and you're going to end up with like Mad Max. Is that what you want? If that's what you want, then we go the way we are. This is your favorite alien and Bubba. There's a lot more to this issue. You have to sit down and really look at it as a community, total community, and say, do we want to be safe in our communities, or do we want to have shootings in our communities? That is the question you got to answer. This is your favorite alien and Bubba. Good day.